Hello, you're looking very well. Do you fancy, in this Adventures in Pop episode 36, to take a look at my brand new single? I hope so, because that's what we're doing. Hello, yeah, well, it's out on Friday, which will be the 1st of October. This is my 8th single this year. I mean, it sounds like a lot, and well, it is quite a lot, isn't it, really? And I guess I'm kind of getting to the point of wondering how many more singles I'm going to release from this collection of 2021 tracks before I kind of wrap it up and say, here's an album. I think that is going to happen early in 2022, and then, there'll be a little pause and we'll then get on with some new 2022 music. That is the way it goes. And people who've been following this Adventures in Pop series for long enough will know that, well, I think, lockdown has created a situation where I've got quite a lot of songs in the song bank, which is a nice kind of feeling. So I'm just trying to keep that quality good, so every time I write one that's better than one that's in there, I replace it. So this Friday, in a couple of days' time, I'm going to be releasing a track called Mama Said. Now, you might have heard this already because a few episodes back, I did a little live at home thing on the piano in my house, a kind of live rendition of Mama Said. Quite a tricky thing, because it's all quite high pitched. I mean, we're up there in my falsetto, which is a work in progress, and quite a lot of words, and I've got to remember to get them all in the right kind of rhythm and all that kind of stuff. So you will have seen, or you're certainly welcome to go and have a look. As I say, a few episodes back, my acoustic unplugged version of Mama Said, but the time has come to release the full proper production version, which will be out everywhere on Friday. So what can we say about this? I'm not going to talk for long. I'm going to go straight to the video very shortly, but I guess there's a couple of things. First of all, this song came about because, and we have talked about this before, but nothing more interesting really than I was mucking about, and I just liked the sound of the they're kind of pretty much stock electric pianos. They come with the program, really. And I love the kind of big, rich, reverbing sound of that electric piano. You can kind of hear it wobbling in both speakers and giving that nice stereo kind of sensation. And in fact, on this track, I did two slightly different tracks of keyboards with a slightly different sound, put one right, one left, and so it gives that, quite intense electric keyboard type sound. Let me play that to you. This is the thing really that got the whole song moving. So when I played that, in a way, I know this is a terrible, horrible cliche, but the song began to kind of write itself. The chords and everything just felt very natural because of the sound. So it's a hard one to explain, but this is what I was hearing. What else can we talk about? This is quite, for me anyway, this is quite a sparse arrangement. There's not tons of stuff on here. So, when you add in, so before we put the vocals in, when you add in all the rest of the arrangement, it sounds pretty full, but when you look at it on the screen and see how many tracks it's using, it's actually not that many. So the full sound is this. So you've got that gives you kind of the indication of the style and the tone, the genre of the track itself. So what's it about? This is about parental disapproval of boyfriend girlfriend choices. This is about reaching that kind of young adult stage, and meeting potential new partners, possibly bringing them home even when you're very, very kind of brave, and your mum and dad sitting there with total judgment, going, "No, sorry, love, no, that won't do," or not good enough for you, beneath you. And that's what it's basically. And then the years go by, as you will hear in the words of this song, and our protagonist doesn't find anybody at all. So that's what the song's about. It's a rather sad and bitter little song, but actually it's been quite fun to put it all together. And one of the lines, I sort of feel like I should explain the opening line. The opening line is a bit odd actually, and it is. Mama said, "You don't have to get on the very first bus that comes along." Quite a strange one. And the reason that line is there, and it's always been sort of, kind of in my head, years and years ago, I think I was having a bit of a rough time and I needed a bit of help. I was thinking about, do I need to go and chat to a counsellor and, talk about my problems and all that. And a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, suggested instead of a counsellor to go to a hypnotist, a kind of hypnotherapist. And I did a few times. And it's funny because now people occasionally ask me, did it help? How useful was it? And the trouble is I can't remember because I was hypnotised. I mean, I'm not being facetious. I remember sitting in a chair thinking, this is ridiculous. It'll never work. No, I'm not going to get hypnotised. And then waking up. And that happened a few times. And then eventually I decided this, maybe I just wasn't convinced this was doing anything. Because I was just kind of, what felt like asleep the whole time. Anyway, the one thing that I remember this hypnotherapist saying to me, maybe on the very first time I met her, she said to me, "Remember, you don't have to get on the very first bus that comes along." And I remember thinking, that is such a strange expression. I kind of know what you mean, but, what an odd thing to say. Anyway, so I just always remembered it. And hearing this song, I just thought, look, that's exactly what Mama says. You don't have to get, don't rush, darling. You'll find your prince in this case, so just don't worry. And of course, the years go by as we find out. So I think the rest of the track is totally self-explanatory, so I'm not going to try and tell you any more of the story of the song, but I had a lot of fun doing this video. I was worrying for quite a long time that basically I just didn't know where to go with this video. I didn't know how to tell this story. If I was going to do my usual thing and try and find some footage, that was going to be tough. So I wasn't quite sure, how I was going to do that at all. So in the end, I decided to go for a sort of a performance video. I don't do these very often, and I took myself up to my little kind of top attic room, which has got some white wall, and it was dark. I put the table lamp on the floor. I wasn't really thinking what I was doing. I was just thinking, right, let's get the microphone. Let's, do my best to do a nice lip sync version of this song. But as soon as I put the light on the floor and then realised that I'd created, a very strong shadow on the white wall behind me, it all went off in a different direction because it was quite fun dancing in my shadow, and that's basically what I've done in this video, and popped in a few little images, but far less of the images and far more of me dancing around like a lunatic and creating these shadows on the wall. So I suggest we leave it there. I hope you really enjoy Mama Said. As I say, it's out on Friday. Share and subscribe and follow if you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying it and I love having you here. And we'll talk again next week, without doubt. And in the meantime, I am going to leave you with my brand new single, my 8th of 2021. It's called Mama Said, and here it is. Bye-bye.
Mama said, you don't have to get on the very first bus that comes along. Ooh, Daddy said, oh, my daughter's beautiful, she won't have to wait very long. But the years went by, and every possible potential boyfriend she took home, oh, they said he was wrong, they said he was wrong. One was too old and another too young. One was too short and the next was too poor. You always trust them to find the flaw. Oh, Mama said, none of these men are anywhere near good enough for you. Ooh, Daddy said, you must listen to your mom and always do what she tells you to do. Now, now. So the years went by, and she started to realize that the right bus was never ever gonna come along. Alone at night she would cry, knowing now it was far too late, and all the good ones were gone, all the good ones were gone. Ooh, Mama said, you're better off single. Married to your dad has made me a nervous wreck. Oh, Daddy said, you're better off single. Kids these days have cost you an arm and a leg. So the years went by, she still wonders what would have happened if she got on the very, very first bus that came along. The years went by, by now she'd be out of town, she would be gone.